So what's going on, guys? My name is Cheshire Automotive and welcome back to the vlog. You join me on part 2 of my little Scottish adventure and you join us in a bit of a hurry. Okay, so here's the situation. It's about 8:30 in the morning where we are. We're currently in a bit of a dash to go and pick up our other 2 cohorts. We weren't expecting it to be raining this morning, and we're in a bit of a dash to try and get to the Gumball start line before they leave so we can try and pace them as they leave on their journey down to London. So yeah, the weather outside at the minute isn't exactly fanciable, but there's not really a lot we can do about that, and it's certainly not going to stop us from seeing some epic cars today. And we've arrived to pick up our 2 cohorts, Mr. DJ Automotive and Mr. Cars Around the World. So we've picked up all our passengers. It's now onwards to Edinburgh to try and catch us some Gumballers. Stuck in a bit of Scottish traffic, but we've got ourselves a good view in the form of this Ferrari 458 Spider. Already starting to be a good morning indeed. Okay, so situation update. It's currently about 10:10. We are travelling down the A1 to join the M1. The Gumball has departed about 10 minutes ago on the way to Ripley Castle in York. So we're currently cruising towards the M1 motorway so we can hopefully get some rolling shots as they drive past us on the way to Ripley Castle. So contrary to what I've just said, I'm not 100% sure whether the Gumballers have departed yet, as I have been receiving a bit of a mixed message on that note. I've heard some sources say they're departing at 10 o'clock, I've heard others say they're departing at 11 o'clock. But at the end of the day, we're here on the A1, we've just pulled up for a bit of a break, give them a bit of time to catch up, and when they turn up we'll get on the move. But in the meantime, we've got quite a nice Scottish view to admire, and if we look over in that direction over there, we can see Arthur's Seat. So, not a bad way to pass the time while we wait for some Gumballers. And after a bit of waiting, we've got the first Gumball car coming through. I am not 100% sure on what's gone on. We've had the first Gumball car come past in the form of a Ferrari F8, but we've not had anything else come past in about 20 minutes, so not quite sure what's going on there. We've just had the Ghost and F8 go by. Now we've got a couple more. Okay, so we've seen a variety of cars come past here now. I haven't quite managed to get all of them on video, but I'll do my best to get them later. In the meantime, it's time for us to run and try and pace some of the cars down to Ripley Castle, York. So let's go. So we're now back on the move. It is getting quite noisy in here because we're driving with the window open just in case anything comes flying past us. So stay tuned. And now the first Gumball car has joined us on the journey in the form of this triple layer yellow Ferrari 296. We've got us a bit of an ongoing game of leapfrog right now. We're driving through Newcastle, we keep overtaking this SVJ and this 296, and then they overtake us, so we've got a pretty expensive game of leapfrog going right now.
Huh? Yeah. Gotta get through this traffic.
A little unexpected change of plan here. We were on our way to Ripley Castle to meet up with some of the Gumballers, but on our way to Ripley Castle we've come past this little garden centre right here, and who do we find in the car park? None other than Matt Armstrong himself with his M5 and his Murcielago. So, another little surprise for the day. And after a bit more travelling, we've made it here to near Ripley Castle. What more can I say? The weather here is absolutely glorious. There are car spotters slash car enthusiasts aplenty around, so nothing more to do than just stand here and enjoy the cars coming and going for the time being. There's a very hectic moment. I'm facing in that direction, looking at the new Countach coming from down that street, and then who should come from behind me but Mr. Shmee 150 himself driving the Zenvo. He turns up in the Zenvo and this crowd of people goes absolutely crazy. Time for round two with Mr. Shmee 150 rocking the Zenvo TSRS. A nice Hurricane Evo Spider with it too. With its driver and passenger, an interesting dress code. Oh, a few more. Bentley Continental with the Mercedes SL. And now for Mr. Matt Armstrong with his M5 and Murcielago. This isn't part of Gumball, but there is a very nice Lamborghini Huracan just cruising past here. Nice to see that. I don't quite know what's going on today, but it seems there's some sort of classic vehicle show going on as well in the area, because we've seen cars like this Audi Quattro around. So that's an added bonus. So our time here at Ripley Castle wasn't as long as we thought it was going to be, but it's been nonetheless disappointing. We've seen the new Countach, we've seen the Shmee and the Zenvo, we've seen Matt Armstrong. It's been very pleasurable indeed. But now I think it's time to start making the final leg of the journey and head on home. And after another big long journey, it's back to good old home sweet home. A weekend of gumballing and Scottish adventure comes to an end, and what a weekend it has been. Getting to see some absolutely epic cars, going places I've never been before, and have a little holiday with my mates. And now, the top 3 cars from the weekend, and this time round it has been a tricky one given everything that I've seen. But I have made my decision, and this time the top cars are the Lamborghini Murcielago SV, daily driven exotics with the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, and Mr. Shmee 150 with the Zenvo TS RS. But given everything that I've seen, I think it's only right that I give a few special mentions. And they are Matt Armstrong with his Lamborghini Murcielago, Mr. JWW with his McLaren Senna, the 2 Koenigsegg Regeras, the Pagani Huayra, the Bugatti Chiron. I mean, honestly, I could go on forever with everything that I've seen. I also want to give a shout out to my guys, Supercars in Manchester, DJ Automotive and Cars Around the World 12. Links to all their Instagrams and channels in the description below, and as usual, link to my own Instagram in the description below. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, go let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and I shall see you on the next one. See you then!